the final position, knight e5. There is a move backward. Queen c2.
With an idea
with the idea to take on f6. With the
Wow.
rook. And honestly, I'm not sure if black... Well, black has king g7.
to take with the king.
Yeah, so that rook f6 will be answered with king f6. But since I've spotted this queen c2, I start to believe in this sacrifice, because there should be...
I know, like, it
there
might be
should be
something connected
something.
with c5 almost.
Yeah, I mean, okay, that's a bit too speculative, but really, the feeling is that the gut feeling is that there should be something in this position. And as well, bishop d8. What is he threatening? He wants to play knight e5,
Yeah,
our favorite
I think,
move,
yeah, he's going to sacrifice.
So maybe
So, like, play h3 initially.
h3.
Yeah, but
probably
it looks a bit awkward because
yeah,
yeah.
h3 he'll be happy with. Hard to believe that black's going to survive that.
Yes, but by the way, maybe we can simply, like, how can we regroup somehow and press on f6 knight? Like maybe play bishop d4 with an idea to play queen somewhere in queen c3. Not really.
Right, queen h4. No,
But
no,
knight
that's
d5, I think,
silly.
yeah.
That's silly.
Yeah, like if bishop d4.
Yeah, we
without
said
queen,
queen b4, yeah.
and no way to regroup.
Very next move is knight e5, anyway.
Yeah, so okay, I'll try to check the force line.
Let's assume he takes.
Yeah. And make
And
this
then it's
kind
a
of
check. Here, we have
Knight
5, I
e5.
guess. Knight e5. Yes.
And I don't know what was an improvement.
Right, I mean, you still can play this queen c2 thing, but now it's no longer all
Yeah, but
that
like
appealing.
queen
Yeah,
c4,
queen
at least
c4 is-
equalizing.
Queen c4 is good enough. Alright, so Wojtaszek at least finds a way not to fall apart immediately.
Yeah, but
Once again,
probably we just overestimated it for white, because now we see that there's, I can't say a lot, but some resources for black which keep black being alive.
the knight on g3 should... Yeah, it's like if one of those guys joins the action, it's either bishop from b1 or knight from g3. For instance, there is bishop f5 move. And honestly, I believe if black takes on f5, he's lost. Just knight f5, this should not be...
Yeah, I may agree with you.
Yeah,
So
but knight e5, and I can't really make it work now. Can't really make it work. Because
so
yes, white
basically,
can take
yeah.
twice. Yes, white can take twice, and I might believe that g5, knight f5 is still kind of dangerous, right? But black is not forced to take on f5.
Yeah, but even
That's the
if they
problem.
take and play rook e8, it's still, I mean,
Check from g3.
that's a problem.
I mean, this feels dangerous. I mean, otherwise it's d6. You know, it's better
so
not to
there
better
might
not
be
to
yeah.
do it. Yeah, but the problem is my problem was so here black is not taking on f5, but just does his thing, goes rook e8 anyway, and tries to, you know, to stabilize on dark squares. And I'm afraid I'll simply run out of threads because yeah, I've exchanged the good bishop. Well, Jan has played something.
Or he's still thinking.
Yeah.
Because he didn't write the move down.
To me, it looked like he
Made a move?
No.
Or he's still thinking.
No, it wasn't. Maybe he just grabbed one of those pawns which are already exchanged,
And
just
started.
roll it, you know.
So bishop d8.
Bishop d8 seemingly holds black's position.
The
As
first
for
side.
now, yeah. As for now. Any h4s? Yeah. Well, all of our kind of constructive ideas for white, they run into same issues that black goes knight e5 and somehow
Almost all the time,
shuts down white's attacking perspective. So the choice would be to really try to sacrifice something. That's one thing we were trying to do, like 95 and stuff. And the other one, to accept that, yes, I'm not winning immediately, so after 95 I will have to accept the sacrifice, and therefore I have exactly one move to prepare to do it under the best.
So maybe let's check bishop c2 there with the same idea to play bishop a4. At this point 95 is just losing a pawn. So I think Jan would be happy winning a pawn on e5. And my next move, I mean, it's still not clear what to do next.
I believe I still go 95.
I mean, you just
not like
sacrifice
it's
it.
not like I can do much. Yeah, takes.
And there is some knight g4 probably.
Knight g4. Honestly, I thought of knight d7. It's just to block these guys. Just to block these guys so that they are not going too far. Knight g4 was also like a reasonable move because the knight going to e3. But in a schematic way, what I want to achieve was black. I want to put the knight on c5, bishop perhaps on c7, later on d6, and claim that yes, you have an extra pawn, but they are not going too far.
Or maybe queen d6.
Or queen d6, yeah. Because those, if the pawns are blocked, even an endgame might be fine for black.
Yeah.
So that's why I was kind of desperately looking for some way not to accept this position with white. So to try to sacrifice something, to try to unbalance something, but just not to go for this one. It's not bad for white, obviously. White is still better, but it's known to be really, really hard to break through in such positions. Okay, so we have Jan Nepomniachtchi thinking of his next move, and how about Grishuk? Did he come back to the game?
He played queen b7 instead of queen d7.
Queen b7, and it took him another 25 minutes of his time. So it's like on last couple of moves, Grishuk spent 47 minutes. That's usually not a good sign. Usually isn't a good sign. So queen to b7. No threats whatsoever. If I can say so. Well, d5
like
perhaps
d5
is a threat.
and b5.
b5 it's still the
I mean,
bishop is
like
still
d5 and then b5.
when the queen leaves.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But still, I'm not sure because at least rook, white have rook e3. Yeah, so queen b7, just a positional decision. So Nakamura is going to
I
play
believe
somewhere rook
we'll
a3.
play rook to a3, right? Now Alexander can play b5, can play d5 as well. Not sure which one to prefer.
By the way, is this position is so bad? Like queen b3?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but the point that I want to play bishop c5, but you can just take and play d4, and it's not so clear where my bishop
d4
is going to.
Yeah, that's a pawn.
Or like
Yeah.
you can take, and play somewhere back. I mean, and just
Bishop
claim that
b6 and claim that this is
we've
enough.
opened up this position. We have a pair of bishops, and
Actually, there is some. Let's agree there is some compensation.
yeah, I agree.
That's
What's that?
that's
a draw.
That's that's a big surprise. At the same time, it shows how unqualified we are, because I suspect
That white
that
had an advantage.
did he make a move, Jan, or bishop d8 came along with a draw? I mean, that's even more surprising. I mean, if so.
Or
First of all, let's go back. Let's say Nepomniachtchi's game has finished. It was a draw agreed after bishop d8, in the position where Nepo has twice as much time, and I thought he also had the advantage. Really puzzled.
But maybe 95 is that strong idea that's really...
Maybe it's that strong of a threat. Maybe there was no sacrifices, no nothing. But either everything was brought from home and Jan was checking, just like that's called to check up your opponent. Like you go for some line
Yeah.
which you really know very well, but the line itself doesn't bring you any advantage, which is very common in modern theory. Like most of the, like if your opponent does sensible things, the resulting position is very likely to be equal. You can't really say that's an equal position. Like it's a lot of fight in front. It's for some reason Jan didn't like to go on here.
Yes, but you know, like our last and probably the most precise idea was to play bishop c2 to force black to sacrifice.
Taking the pawn. It's not clear if white is at any risk of getting worse position. That's.
But maybe there is some. Okay, I hope that we will have some explanations from
we will
Radoslav or Jan.
We will hear the explanation. It's just like a couple of minutes needed to set everything up, because I'm really curious myself to listen to an interview.
We can return to Nakamura against Grishuk for a while.
Yeah.
So we start our first interview in the semi-final match, and Jan Nepomniachtchi and Radoslav Wojtaszek are with us. So the game ended in a draw. Jan, you were playing with white, so were you surprised by this opening in this game?
Well, not particularly. Clearly, it's the main, let's say, weapon for my opponent, and either Sicilian, and well, I had something prepared to this game, but somehow my opponent also was knew basically nearly all the theory, so I don't think that. Okay, this position could be tricky if you see the first time for black, but clearly Radek was familiar with this position, so that's it. And in the end, okay, maybe white can play on, but strategically the position is a little bit dangerous, and if you allow black to coordinate pieces better, okay, I think only white can be in trouble, so that's why I decided to after a draw.
Mm-hmm. So, and Radek, you were playing with black, so and you made the draw. So, do you think you have any psychological advantage before the second game?
Not really, I think. Actually, what I prepared was probably quite naive, because I've already played this line against Nair. So, I mean, I knew more or less main ideas, but on the other hand, it's such an unclear position that you need to know probably much more, so I was spending quite a lot of time. And then, okay, when I got an offer, I thought that I'm an hour behind, so I didn't really see the idea of playing on. Yeah, I mean, so far I'm playing better here, of course, with white, but I think it's for all of us. But yeah, we will see.
Mm-hmm. And Jan, as far as your opponent is playing better with white, so are you ready for a tough defense tomorrow?
No idea.
And you also, yesterday you had a very tough playoff, so did you manage to recover after it?
No, I think yes, because it was not like 6-hour tie break with the sudden death game or something, but yet even 2 games is very, it's very consuming, and clearly then you have an extra free day, you have sort of an upper hand to prepare and to recover and so on.
Mm-hmm. Thank you very much. Good luck to you. Thank you.